travel game and make every trip unforgettable? Get ready. Hey, Globetrotters! Are you ready to elevate your travel game and make every trip unforgettable? Get ready to revolutionize your adventures with Passportbros app, your ticket to turning passion into profit. With Passportbros, your travel videos and posts aren't just memories, they're money makers. Share your awe-inspiring experiences with the world and watch your bank account grow with every click. But wait, there's more. Connect with a vibrant community of fellow explorers, where camaraderie knows no borders. Exchange insider tips, forge lasting friendships, and create memories that last a lifetime. And that's not all. Gain access to exclusive discounts on accommodations, from cozy boutique hotels to luxurious resorts, ensuring you can travel in style without breaking the bank. So why settle for ordinary when you can experience the extraordinary? Join the Passportbros app today and unlock a world of adventure, connection, and endless possibilities. Download the app now and let the journey of a lifetime begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
All right. We are live. Welcome, family, to another show. It is your man BMT in the building. I'm here in the beautiful island of Dominican Republic, sipping on some cognac. I'm just kidding. It's just some water. I wish it was some cognac. But we have a great show for you guys today, man. We're going to talk about Medellin. We're talking about a couple of other subjects as well. First and foremost, let me welcome everybody in the room. What's good? Let me make sure my audio is okay. I got my man Yoga in the building. And I'm on time, man. Actually, I am a little late. I apologize on that. Professor BMT is running late again. All right. Let me catch this comment real quick about Sturdy FBA before we get into the show. He says, Colombia has been ruined since the days of Escobar. Okay. You went back in the day. PBBs contribute by broadcasting plays that should be kept amongst the team. You know what? I can't even say it's the Passportbros YouTube channel that's really broadcasting. You got to separate the guys that consider themselves to be Passportbros and making content. You know, guys making, any types of content, dating content or giving tips and information versus the creep cam guys. All right. Versus the creep. Speaking of the creep cam guys, apparently I have beef with the king of creep cameras. Don't ask me why. This guy's putting out crazy threats that I've been doing sneak shots, but I've always said that creep camming would definitely make the block hot. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me put this back up. There we go. I've always said that it was corny. Just from not even a street perspective, just from a moral standard. I wouldn't want anybody to roll up on me with glasses on, with cameras recording me. And I'm thinking it's a regular private conversation. I just don't think that's cool, in my opinion, especially if you're doing something that's, kind of on some adult, between us type situation. I don't think guys would like that, especially coming from an urban environment where guys used to just hustle and do what they do. Some people out there hustling, man. They don't want their whole family and friends, and you got creep cameras. And each article that they've spoken about gringos and tourists and all that stuff, they've always mentioned the YouTube channels, the certain YouTube channels. And they mention those YouTube channels, they're talking about the creep cam guys, because the creep cam guys are getting millions of views on the shorts. All right. Keep Africa. Oh, we got a hater. I've been getting so much hate lately. It's funny to me. It's all good. It's the internet, It is what it is, As long as it's about me and nobody I care about, it's cool. I don't give a shit, But I've been getting a lot of trolls. And I'm gonna let the trolls rock a little bit. Just keep it respectful, or try to keep it respectful. But yeah, man, the creep cam, the king of the creep cam guys. He did a little live stream. I pulled up on him on the live stream, and he was talking. I'm not gonna say his name. I might do a show on Razor Rays. I try to keep it peaceful and cordial on this channel. But I might get at him on the Razor Rays show. Shout out to my man Razor Rays. about the creep cam joints. And like I said, I didn't mention the guy's name, but in my personal opinion, the creep cam dudes are not passport bros, all right? But they've been making the block hot for everybody, okay? Putting it out there like that, in my opinion. Somebody said I ruined Colombia. Gas station block wine. All right. Y'all in here heavy, man. We got 69 in the room. Guys, do me a favor and make sure we hit that like button. So I'm not a troll or a hater. I'm for real. They love us in Africa. They love us all over the world, bro. They love us in Africa. They love us in Asia. You know, Passport Bros is worldwide. Passport Bros is worldwide. We're bigger than just one specific city. And remember, it's a headless it's a headless movement, if you want to call it even a movement, but it's more so ideology. There is no, everybody been sending me this video from this big content creator with millions of subscribers calling the digital nomad guy king of the Passport Bros. But I'm not offended by it. I don't take no offense of it. I never considered myself to be the king of the Passport Bros either. You know, it is what it is. Remember, it's an ideology. I'm putting it on there that it's an ideology, fellas. It's a mindset. It is a mindset. Right? Appreciate you downloading the app. Yeah, guys, make sure to download the app. Appreciate you downloading the app. Let me get my light up real quick, man. We about to chop it up in here for, there we go. We about to chop it up in here for a little minute, man. We in here rolling. We in here heavy already. Now, I want to talk about the show I did. I'm still hearing some music in the background. Hold on. I want to talk about the show I did a few days ago, maybe like the day before I did a show. And I'm going to pull that up in a second because in the comment section, it seemed like I really want to talk about this on an interview I did with a good friend of mine by the name of Paola. That's in the background. You guys want to hear music in the background? I can keep the music playing if you guys. Let me know if you want to hear a little music in the background while I chop it up with you guys. Let me know. Yay or nay? 1 yay, 2 nay. All right. Let me know if y'all want me to keep a little. Say the Passport Bros of creep cam bombs down. Passport Bros up. Creep cam bombs down. Yes, sir, Megatron. Yes, sir. Yeah, let me know if you guys want the music in the background. I'll keep the music playing if y'all want it in the background to liven up the show a little bit. Okay, Sean313 says 1. All right. What up, Victorious? We got Victorious in the building. We got 87 in the room. All right. Okay, so y'all want the music in the background? Okay, I'll keep it flowing. I will keep it flowing. Let me pull it up a little bit more, as a matter of fact. All right. I'm gonna do a whole show about the creep cam, guys. I've done multiple shows about it. Like I said before, I think it's corny bullshit. But it is what it is. All right, somebody says U.S. government just teamed up with the mayor of Medellin to stop the exploitation. It's blowing up on Twitter. Okay. All right. Speaking on the U.S. government, I looked up today exactly how much aid the U.S. sends over to Colombia. And at this point, they sent over about a little bit shy of $1 billion in the last few years. And this money, this aid is technically supposed to go to helping the indigenous people of Colombia and the Afro-Latinas of Colombia. Okay? Let me put that out there. That's $950 million. It's supposed to be going, all right, to the indigenous of Colombia. They are indigenous people of Colombia. And the Afro-Latinas that's really concentrated on the coast. And let's be honest, let's be very frank here. A lot of the aid is not going to the people. A lot of the aid that America gives around the world, these foreign governments kind of just steal. But we're going to get to that in a minute. We're going to talk about the scapegoating that they're doing on the bros in a second. We're going to get to that. We got some other things to talk about real quick. I want to give a shout out to Uppity Bro with a $5 super chat. Black men won't outrun problems if they cannot put their likes, money, app support, etc. to bros. white men and black women doing half the stuff BMT does that. BMT does make 10 times more. Okay, maybe you can rewrite that for me, bro, because I don't really understand it. Rewrite that for me if you don't mind, but I do appreciate the $5 super chat. All right. What up, Kevin Johnson? Says who makes your music? I get music from the internet, bro. I just get royalty-free music from the internet. All right. Somebody said, yeah, shout out my man Big Bass. You're right, yo. Paola is the opposition who has no allegiance to black men. Okay. I mean, you know, shout out to Paola. I'm not going to speak bad on her. Okay. But before I get to the clip, we got 110 in the room. Before I get to that clip, I got this weirdo guy. I just want to point this out real quick. Hold on. Let me pull this up. I got this guy out. Guys, I got to speak on Thailand. I'm going to speak on Thailand for a moment. Shout out to all my dudes out there in Thailand. It is Songkran out there. I think my man Yoga out there. I got a lot of content creators. A lot of the homies are out there in Thailand. I want to give a shout out to the Golden Tiger Bar, Richie Mack, everybody out there holding it down in the beautiful country of Thailand. All right, the Songkran. I'm not a big fan of Songkran really because the little kids have a habit of spraying you in the eye with the damn water, and I'm like, I'm good on that. You don't know what source they get that water from. A lot of them get it from the nasty water in the street or the ocean or whatnot. So they be. It was fun to experience Songkran one time, but I was a one-off. I'm good on Songkran. You know, it's fun, especially if you go out there specifically for Songkran. But it's just nonstop. Nonstop, never ending. You could be on your motorbike. You know, I had one of my guys. You know, he was suited and booted, ready for Songkran. Doozies like 4-5 gargantuan ass water guns and shit. Water gun 4-5,000, and it was all fun and games till they sprayed him in the eye. He's going to go open on him for real out there, bro. So, Passportbros villain said, "What we do now? We didn't do anything, man." But yeah, let me hold on. Let me pull this cat up real quick, man. Let me, you know, and I don't get a hater too much shine. You know, I don't get a hater shine, but this dude. It's kind of comical, so I'm gonna speak on it. It's a little comical. All right. And I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read your chat. Hold on, let me pull this up. This cat right here, man. This guy with a whole bunch of fake subscribers. This guy right here. This Tom Yum dude. All right, this little clown right here. With supposed 100-something thousand subs, all bought. This dude just keeps doing videos on a G. Guys looking bad on the cover. He just keeps saying BMT. And I'm like, bro, you been getting chopped off by so many. It's amazing to me that when guys roll up on you and approach you and ask you, hey man, I heard you had an issue. Let's talk about it like men. And then they get scared or whatever. And then 7 months later, they start doing videos about you when you're not even in the country no more. So that's just hilarious to me, man. Don't go over there and follow the cat. He's a clown, man. Everybody wears goggles. It don't matter, man. All right, so let me read this comment one more time before we get to the show. All right, Uppity Bro says, if we cannot download an app, donate $2, hit the like button, then we would just be as powerless and lowly on the other side of the planet. It's a cultural issue. That's true. You know, I've had my talks about that. You know, I've definitely had my conversations about that. Usually I keep those conversations in the Black Man Travels group, but you're absolutely right, unfortunately. You're absolutely right, unfortunately, all right? Hold on, let me turn this little music down a little bit or push to another track. So I'm going to play a quick clip real quick. Hold on, let me add this. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so this was an interview I did. This is a friend of mine named Paola. I've known Paola for about 4 years now. She does a lot of services out there in Medellin, Colombia, in concerns of renting apartments, booking trips. I think she does tours as well. So it was a really good in-depth interview, but I'm gonna play a section of this interview that seems to have gotten everybody kind of somewhat low-key in the uproar. Because this is the majority of what the comments are about when she did speak on this. Okay. All right, where the hell I'm play this at? Okay, let's put this in. Here we go. Let me guys know if you can hear this. Okay. Okay. And I have another video here. Let me pull this other video up. Hold on 1 second.
Can I say something to somebody coming?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
The Pace thoughts or something. He said a few bad apples ruined the whole bunch, mostly non-black men. Sadly, they're going to try to paint black men as men. Listen, let me tell you something. And I know in Americans always try to make this about race. And I love you, black men. I'm not against nobody here, but I have to say this. I saw also a video where they're not letting some black men to get inside the area, but versus the white man, whatever. And let's be honest and let's be real, guys. When you're passing at Jettas Park, outside Black Diamond, outside Glow, which is are all the main places, if you go inside those places, and I'm not here judging anybody because at the end of the day, prostitution is the oldest job alive. When you go to Thailand, when you go to Netherlands, when you go to Dubai, all these places are prostitution. But there is a stereotype, and the stereotypes are made based in the truth.
Not always. Not always. That's not always true. That's not always true.
So when you pass by those areas, I can guarantee you 80% of men standing and inside those clubs are black men. The other 20% are Indians, maybe white guys, but 80% of the guys in Jettas Park are black men.
All right. So when she mentions Yarris Park, hold on. Okay, here we go. Now, when she mentions Yarris Park, she's talking about the club Yarris Park, which is now Black Diamond, which are hip hop clubs. Now, what she didn't mention, I don't know why she didn't mention this, is there are other clubs that are heavy with other ethnicities of men, white guys, Indian guys, Latino guys, all around that little circle area. So there's other clubs. The fact that she said, so I know people think, okay, it's 80% of the guys in Park and Yarris are black. It's actually the opposite. It's only about 20% of the guys in the actual park that are black. We're definitely the minority. Okay. We're definitely the minority. All right. So it's other ethnic groups. So that particular, those hip hop clubs are going to be, and I just want to clarify, this is not against her or a personal statement or anything like that. But I just want to clarify that because I didn't speak on it at the time of the interview, which I should have. I think I did speak on it a little later down, but I should have stopped it right then and just to clarify that when she said Yarris Park, that's actually Black Diamond, the club, because it was formerly called Yarris Park. She wasn't saying the whole entire park. And keep in mind, there are regular clubs and bars all throughout the park. The section she's talking about is maybe a circular section or a block area of maybe 100 square feet, basically. It's just a little corner in the park. The park is actually big. There are clubs and bars that don't house any ladies of the night. All right, just to clarify everything. I go to club, I go to Vibes, I go to my homeboy at a Puerto Rican bar. I go to different spots around. Now, keep in mind that guys will go in and out of Black Diamond or Yarris Park or those clubs, have a drink, some fellas, listen to some music, and they'll leave, not even doing anything or taking any girls or anything like that. I just want to clarify that real quick. But let's continue.
Inside Diamond, you see them throwing money to strippers. You see them getting 3 and 4 women getting in the Ubers with them, which is, I'm not saying it's something bad. I'm just saying that you cannot make this a race and just blame a specific race when you guys made that for yourself in the city. When you go there, the local people are seeing and they're speaking like these black guys are always like in these scenarios and stuff like that. So now there is a stereotype that they didn't invent. Of course, it's based in the truth in what they see in the daily basis in the area. So I'm not saying the black guys were the pedophile or stuff like that, but the sexual tourism, or maybe you guys are just very exposed with your lifestyle and the way you brag about it.
Now, see, now when she says that, she's talking about the creep cameras. Because I have yet to see too many guys. There's a few content creators, but you got white guys walking in women in Provenza that's been kicked out the country for walking girls. You got white dating coaches. It's not just one. Like you can't just point the finger at one group of guys. It's different groups, and none of these guys are passport bros. But you had a white Australian that was dog walking a Colombian woman through the park. All right, through the Provenza. He was dog walking, and everybody was in an uproar. This was like maybe a year ago. This is maybe a year ago. All right. Well, let's see what else. Hold on. Let's continue.
Because maybe the white guys are just in an apartment with the girl and they don't have to brag about anything. I don't know. It's just the way you've been presenting yourself in the community and in front of the other people. That's why people is talking about it.
Okay. All right. So that's what she had to say. And she was saying that's kind of what the people are talking about. All right. Not only are the people talking about that, they're also using the bros as like photo ops, videos, spreading it around. And the reason they're doing this, family, I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm going to catch super chat at the moment. The reason they're doing this is because these countries will tie white Americans into wealth and power. They do not want to offend white Americans. So they will use the bros as a scapegoat. Okay. Although all the cases, the majority of the cases have been in the news of, sexual abuse of minors, majority of those cases have actually been white Latinos. That's just what it is. And white guys, the majority of those cases, out of 15,300 some sexual abuse cases against minors in Colombia, there has yet to be one of those, not say it doesn't happen, because this is a very touchy subject, but there has yet to be found one of those of a black American man. I'm just giving you the stats here. I'm just giving you the stats. Okay. All right. I want to give a shout out to my man, Drew, with the $9.99 in super chat. I appreciate that. Like a military op, Passport Bros have to win the hearts and minds. So we see no schools supply donations, even though we do that. Orphan feeds, Passport Bros, which continue to be looked at as tricks. Bottom line, change the perception, BMT. Once again, that's not completely true. You're looking at it through a scope of one particular city, maybe Medellin, the Passport Bros, the name association. Although Passport Bros, once again, like I said, is a global brand. It's a global brand. And Passport Bros have a good representation all over the world. Right? As a matter of fact, if you mention Passport Bros, majority of the time, the definition of a passport bro, people will say, okay, those are the guys from America or the West looking for traditional women overseas. That's what the definition of a passport bro is. Nat Meezy's in the chat says Colombia ruined Colombia. This anti-black sentiment in Colombia has nothing to do with the passport bros. You're exactly right. So, looking at the history of Colombia, did you guys know that there was a whole black president that they covered up? One of the founding fathers, actually, of Colombia, one of the black presidents of Colombia who did a lot for the people. They sent his photo. First of all, they put his portrait in like the basement or something like that. Then they sent it to France to whitewash it. Okay. So yeah, Colombia had a black president. Colombia definitely had a black president. So just by telling you that alone, you know that there's just some type of underlying. Because when I spoke on Afro-Latino, and I've asked several Afro-Latinos about the racism there, it's a very complicated subject. It's a little bit more complicated than racism, which is extremely direct in the West, in America, all right? It's extremely direct, all right? They got hate groups that have been allowed to flourish by the U.S. government, okay? I don't know how the Klan still exists. It's been taken down, but it pops up again and again. It's a little different. It's a different form of subtle racism. The reason being is with the Spanish, this is coming from an Afro-Latino that told me this. She said when the Spanish came to South America, they effed everybody, meaning they slept with everything moving, with the indigenous people, with the Afro slaves. They pretty much was just running the mill, having sex camps all over. Right, they're colonized, they control, and they was doing everything. And their form of racism was different because they included the Afro-Indigenous people within their families. They claimed them. The Spanish actually claimed them. Whereas where we came from, when we had mulattoes, they pushed the mulattoes, they might give them an easier job, but for the most part, they told the mulattoes, hey, y'all some blacks, y'all get out there, get away from us. You're not accepted in our society. So that's why it's kind of complicated out there with the racism. But I'm telling you now that they have no issue using bros for the scapegoat. Okay. Now, what Paola mentioned, she was just saying that, hey, this is what the word is, kind of in Medellin in concerns of, the black guys. Hey, the black guys are, a little louder. They in the clubs throwing money. I have seen that. I'm not going to make an excuse. I have seen that, right? I have seen that. All right. Finally, someone says, yeah. All right. Uh-oh. I got Nat Measy again with $11 super chat. Says, shout out to Yoga Yoga. Shout out to Yoga Yoga's jaw and rib cage. The legacy of Passportbros rests on the frail shoulders. You are food. All right, we got y'all guys really gonna fight this time, though, man. We gotta, y'all drum it up, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. All right, and I want to show this picture real quick. Let me show this picture, and I gotta call this out. And I called this out during the show last time. All right, hold on. Like, come on, man. Right. So this is a photo op. This is the mayor basically of Medellin, Colombia. They chose this photo of probably the only bro in the line. Okay. And keep in mind, they did make some new rule changes. They were saying that they're going to do more of a background check on the foreigners entering Colombia. So I don't know exactly how they're going to do that, but I think they're doing what all the other countries are basically doing, making sure that you don't have any charges of exploitation of women, physical abuse of women, or any charges of minors, pedo charges or something like that. So they're going to be doing that, which they should have been doing. I thought that's what all countries would do, but they did start that as well. Okay. Hold up. I'm all over the place. Hold on, wait a minute. I just had this up. Okay. So this is the actual line. You see one bro in the whole entire line. Okay. And when I go through Medellin, Colombia, it's usually like 3 out of 100 bros that I see. I don't really even see a lot. Most of the bros, go to Cartagena or, Costa Rica, go to Sosua. A lot of bros go to Brazil. You got bros going to Thailand. So you got bros, going different places, just not Medellin, Colombia. All right. Uppity bro with the $5 super chat once again says she's describing anti-black prejudice, but denying its existence. This being said, black men, 400 years in and BMT has to spell it out. Jesus Christ, man. Let me read that one more time. All right. She's describing anti-black prejudice, but denies its existence. That being said, black men, 400 years in, and BMT has to spell it out to you. Jesus Christ, man. Appreciate the super chat. Good point. That's a very good point. Passport bros are wearing fake jewelry trying to impress poor people. All right. You threw a shot there. I'm not going to say the who, but I think I know you're talking about. All right. Yeah. Yeah. You should go where you want it. You should go where you want it and you're respected. That's very true. That's very true. But like I said, you see the line, guys. You see the line. That's everybody in the line. You know, they point out, and I feel sorry for bro here because people have been making thumbnails about him. All right. Every brother not out there for that. Okay. He might live there. You know, when you have a Colombian, everything pulls up when you go in through immigration. So if they see you got a cedula or a bank account or something, it all pulls up. And they kind of thumb you through the line fairly quickly. Okay. But shout out to that brother. I don't want to keep putting his face out there. People have been using him for thumbnails and all that. Bobby E says, judging off this photo, the Colombian government is setting the theme of black people being villains, putting a target on their backs so they can F them up and seem blameless. Yeah, I told you they equate. They don't want to piss off the white travelers, bro. You know, white guys, let's keep it real. They come from a system of protection. You know, Colombia gets money from the U.S. government every year. That's supposed to go to the indigenous people. All right. It's supposed to go to the Afro-Latinos, and it doesn't go to them necessarily. From what I'm hearing, it doesn't go to them. So maybe this might be a scapegoat distraction, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Somebody said it's a photo op. There are photos with white men too. Okay. I haven't seen them, but okay. And let me point this out too. Hold on. I want to point this out too. Hold on. Here we go. So we have another case of a man being scoped. A foreigner was drugged and robbed by two women he met through Tinder in Medellin, Colombia on Sunday. It's this Sunday. The victim, whose name and nationality have not been released, was drugged with powdered scopolamine and robbed of his cell phone, jewelry, and money. The two women remain on the run as of Thursday, which was yesterday. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out, the reason I have the powdered underline is because there were people saying that they can only scope you if you drink, if they put something in your drink or your food. And I've been trying to dispel that myth because that's not true. They can blow it in your face. I had a friend of mine who took a girl home, right? And he sat on the end of the bed and she turned around and blew something in his face and he fell out. Okay. I also had a guy tell me that he was driving and a woman needed a ride. So he picked her up and she blew it in his face. There's also a documentary out on scopolamine where a woman knocks on the door of an old lady home and she opens her door and they blow it in the old lady's face. So just keep that in mind. And it's also what they do out there is, and this has happened to me twice. Okay. This happened to me twice. They will walk up to you and they ask you for directions. And they have a piece of paper in their hand. And when you look down at a piece of paper, they'll blow it into your face and they will walk you either into a taxi or they'll walk you to the closest ATM machine. All right. And it's usually for men, it's a woman because you know how men like to help. All right. Usually it's a woman. And in some cases, it might be a guy for the women. This has happened to me twice. Luckily, I already knew about that. So I always stay at a good distance and say, no say, no say. I don't know. All right. Because they know I'm a gringo. They can tell I'm a gringo. And Diaz is not that complicated. Yes, a lot of tourists coming in, a lot of people, Latinos coming from other countries that might not know, but I'm just be careful. I'm just like, hey, I don't know. All right. They did that to me the first time I was living in Medellin. And the first day I got back to Medellin, right outside Santa Fe Mall, a lady approached me asking me, you know, basically for some directions. Do I know where this place is at? And I'm like, no, it's not going down. I already know what is going on. Okay. So I just want to point that out. Somebody say Colombia is overrated. Colombia is still dope, man. Colombia is still dope. Okay. Colombia is definitely dope. A grandma did it to a young lady, the direction technique. Yeah, grandma did it to a young lady. It's the direction technique. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. See, this is the type of stuff we try to tell you guys that it is very important to kind of know what's going on in these cities that you visit or spend a lot of time in. It is important because if you didn't know that, and most of you probably in the chat didn't know that, that's an easy way you possibly can get scoped. And keep in mind the locals get scoped too. You know, I have local people that are friends that have, Colombians that have gotten scoped. Okay, women, men, old ladies, young guys. It's a thing, not just in Medellin, all over Colombia. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's true. There are other cities outside of Medellin. Yeah. Granted, that's very true. I want to put that out there. Yeah. You got Barranquilla, Bucaramanga, Cali. All right. Cartagena, Santa Marta. You got other places you can definitely go. But in my opinion, I would be careful anywhere in the world, not just Colombia. So my Southland in Medellin Tuesday is on. All right. All right. I got another super chat here by Drew with $9 super chat. He says, my point exactly. Whites have a loving or love and minds, BMT. Okay, I don't understand that, but I appreciate the super chat. Can you write that again for me, Drew? My point exactly. Whites have love and minds, BMT. I don't really understand that one, Drew, but I do appreciate the super chat, bro. I do appreciate the super chat. Yeah. Yeah, they got a few ways they can get you out there. Somebody said the powdered scoping is jaw dropping. Yeah, man. I had a guy that used to play in the NFL. All right. I had a guy used to play in the NFL, and he came out there, surprised me. He had a BMT shirt on, and he's used to a certain I guess you want to say environment. He was in Brazil where it's normal to do the whole, threesome thing basically in Brazil. That's kind of like the norm and half the time. But I remember telling him, I was like, you can't do what you do in Brazil and in Colombia, bro. You got to be a little bit more careful. And he was drugged. He was drugged the very next day. But he was so big, he was able to get the girls out. He had like 3 or 4 girls, and they put some in his food. But the dude is huge. The dude is big. He's NFL big, right? And he was able to get them out before he fell asleep. So they probably just didn't put enough in his juice or whatever he was eating at the time. And he was able to, and he was smart enough, of course, and cognizant, because I told him, I'm like, yo, this drugging thing is pretty big. It's like a 1 out of 10 chance you can get drugged if you're kind of playing around in the streets or you're on Tinder. And he was able to actually get them out before he fell out. All right. And that was just by sheer of his size, but the dude is pretty big. Okay, Drew says whites have won the hearts and minds of Colombia. Well, hell, they send about $1 billion out there. Of course they do. Idea Smith makes a good point. He says, I've heard Medi has about 100 clubs, but they only focus on the 2 clubs Black folks go to. And I did point that out during the show. I said that. I was like, well, wait a minute. You missing all the clubs that are right next door and, right across the street. All right. You just point out the hip hop clubs. But like I say, she's just saying, now I will say this in all fairness. I have seen brothers wild out. I've seen it. I've seen bros wild out in these clubs, throwing money, just wilding out, man. I mean, it's always a minority in comparisons to what goes on with the other ethnicities, in my opinion. But I have seen it, and it just seems to always hit a little harder when it's a bro doing some shit, right? I remember my man Richie Matt told me when I got to Thailand. I remember we walked into this real nice establishment, right? He took me to this, real nice restaurant, basically. And he walks me in, you know what I'm saying? And all the older white guys that were in there, they kind of just froze when I walked in. They were just like, yeah, Billy, this, that. And I'm just walking by and I'm like, oh, shit, okay, Richie Mack, what you got me going on? And he sits down, and Richie Mack, looking all cool and everything, eating shrimp and whatever he was eating, having his drink. And he was like, yeah, BNT. See, when a brother around 6 foot, your size walk in, them guys kind of, freeze up. When I walk in, ain't no static, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, that's kind of like how Thailand is, bro. I was like, all right. So I know that, kind of keep it a certain way, keep it cool, don't be acting a little too much. Kind of gave me the game a little bit because people, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. This is for my bros, right? Some people might recognize it, some people don't. But when bros walk in the room, the dynamics of that room change. Whether we like to admit to it or not, I don't care how well dressed we are, because some guys be like, oh, they did that because they were dressed a certain way. Listen, bro, we got deep voices, broad shoulders, we big. A lot of times we bigger than the locals wherever we go. Everybody knows they know. I don't care what country you're at in the world. You can be in Cambodia, China, wherever. They all kind of know or kind of feel that, hey, it's the black man over there. The motherfuckers is big, strong, fast. Not all, but it's the dynamics change. It is what it is. So I think that we're trendsetters. Everything we do is looked at because, not only because of our size and our swag or our soulfulness, but, it's been historically and scientifically proven that, blacks are the fathers of humanity. It is what it is. All right. Shout out to Black Man Travels. You sipping on your whiskey. I'm sipping on my water, bro. Sipping my whiskey, watching this shitstorm unfold in Cartagena and Medellin, which ninjas help cause. All right, so Black Man Travels, you want to come on, I'll drop a link. Because, I mean, listen, this is what really changed me about this mindset, because I used to have that mindset. Damn, ninjas always messing up. Wherever we go, why? Until I got to Thailand. When I got to Thailand, I realized, I'm like, damn, these little Aussies and these little Scottish motherfuckers, Irish motherfuckers is wilding out. These Indians, these Arabs, they wilding out. They got a terrible reputation. Okay? So I started to recognize, I'm like, all right, it's Pookies in every single ethnicity. And I guess we go hard, but you got to understand, bro, you got millions of black people. Right, you're going to be some dusties in that circle. I don't think that there's no one race that's going to be more dusty or more pookie-ish than the other. I don't see, technically speaking, how black men are really ruining anything. We don't control nothing. It's not even a lot of us with passports, bro. Just keep that in mind. So what if some bros go to some clubs in Cartagena or Medellin? Who gives a shit? Okay, those clubs are set up to attract guys that like hip hop. It is what it is. Obviously, they want you to come because they set up for that. So I can't just put it all. I'll shout at you. Okay. I can't just put it all on the bros. And I'm not caping for us. I'm just saying in general, bro, let's all be fair. All right. There's not one race on this planet that don't have Pookies and Ray Rays and Bumquishes. Yeah, no. No, he been out there. Bro, I remember walking into a bar. I forgot who I was with. I might have been with my boy Travelversity. I remember walking into a bar and seeing one of those guys, seeing one of those white guys, keep it a buck. He was just doing his thing to a girl on the stage, bro, like a dancer, like he was performing fellatio. And I'm like, I mean, I've seen bros do that shit to strippers too, but that's just wild to me. That's wild, bro. But I mean, hey, to each his own. Shout out to my man Shah Khan with the $10 super chat. All right. Paola was more angry with the black men doing legal stuff versus white men having sex with minors. All right. Shout out to my man Shah Khan. I think he was a little bit of both. All right. I think she was very transparent in what she mentioned, that what people are saying about the black guys that are coming to Medellin messing with the Propagos. Okay. I mean, I've heard that before. And I think she was being transparent with that. But what I think is unfair is when she just pointed out those two particular clubs. I'm like, well, what about all the other damn clubs? All right, the biggest I see with bros when I travel, dudes don't know how to hold on. Let me hold on. Okay, here we go. The biggest I see with bros when I travel is dudes don't know how to present. We have a bad reputation / prejudice, but we walk around dressing like teens and look immature. Once again, uppity brother, you can't control how people dress, bro. I remember when me and my boy California Carter, we hopped on the back of a bot bus and have on kind of what I have on now, black shirt, a hat or something, and everybody kind of froze up on the bot bus, like, shit, bro, damn, like this. It's just like, bro, it doesn't matter the presentation sometimes, all right? All right, shout out to Bishop NYC 23 with the $4.99 super chat. I really appreciate that. We have to stop taking responsibility for what all black men do. Every group has dysfunction. When I travel, most black men are enjoying life. I'm super glad you pointed that out, Bishop NYC 23. You are absolutely right, because that's what I see. Because the bros that are traveling are bros usually with money, right? With enough disposable income to book a flight. Guys are booking flights $1,200, $1,500, $2,000. Paying $1,000 to stay a week in an Airbnb in Copacabana, right? So these guys are moving a little different. A lot of military vets out here, all right? A lot of my IT guys. Okay, these guys just ain't wilding out like that, but that doesn't stop the fact that you might have some weekend warriors or some guys that just see the YouTube creep cam videos, and they're going to bring all types of a crowd to these countries. Yeah, they might be acting up, but you can't control everybody, bro. We just like a billion of us, bro. All right. It is what it is. Kevin Johnson, come on, man. Come on, Kevin Johnson. Come on, watch out. Watch out now. I'll put it up on the screen. All right. But it was actually, how you know? It was that particular club. All right. Or particular library. What's Cap 225 Big Ram? What's Cap? What up, King? All right. Anthony Nelson with $2 super chat said, how can we improve our image in South America? By showing that we contribute to wherever environment we go to. All right. By investing time and money. That's how we improve. Not only the time, but money. And when I say money, I mean real money. I mean like investment packs, okay? Like not only donating, but also bringing infrastructure to these countries, building gyms, healthy grocery stores, bringing medical supplies. This is what the white people do. And this is why they kind of get a pass, because they kind of don't want to offend somebody's relative or something like that. White people bring infrastructure, they bring money, they bring capital. They act like something, they can act like assholes if they want. As you can see, they don't want to piss these white Americans off at all. And I say one thing, when I'm looking at like television in Brazil and Colombia, you got to keep in mind, man, it's a little different in the movies. In the movies, they'll kind of, the movies, they'll show blacks in Brazil, of course, in Colombia. But when I look at the shows, the programming, you rarely even see blacks on TV like that, bro. Right? In Brazil, it's this popular show out there, and all the black people are servants in 2024. I don't know the name of the show. And in Colombia, they underrepresent their black population. So that lets you know that the little prejudice and the racism is there. And another thing that black American men got to understand, all right? And I'm going to super chat in a second. What you got to understand, that as a black American, besides maybe some wealthy Africans, as a black American, you are looked at as the most popular, the most privileged black man on the planet. Whether you recognize it or not, you are looked at as you are coming from the empire. You have the king's language and you have the American dollars, the king's currency at this point in time. So you are looked at as a certain way, regardless. It can be a good thing, and most times it is. Not only that, but black men, for the most part, control, at least on the surface, popular music and media, right? Sports, basketball, music. All right. Our music is loved and imitated all around the world. So as a black American, when you're in Asia, when you're in these countries, people are trying to mimic your culture, or our culture rather. All right. Whether we like to admit to it or not. And that's what it is. I'm just keeping it $1.50. All right. Shout out to my man, Shah Khan, with a $5 super chat. BMT, please stop covering for her. She did not want to insult white men, but she had all the smoke for black men. All right. I can't read the last message because Paulo still is a friend of mine. Okay. But that's your opinion. You can read into it like that. You can read into it. You mean it is what it is. It is what it is. Somebody says Colombians see themselves as white anyway. That's another touchy one. That's another touchy one. Megatron says being a black man is living life in one constant damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. So I say F it and stick to my middle finger up to the world. All right. Shout out to my man Megatron on this Tupac. Black man Travis said BMT speaking facts. You can't behave your way out of a culture, a country that is hostile and anti-black. What country is anti-black? You mean America? All right, Young J216. Shout out to my man Young J216 with $9.99 in the super chat. He been working with me for some years when I had like 200-300 subs. Ninjas going to literal third world countries whose income is less than $600 a month, acting like a ninja, need to wear suits, straight Sambo talk. This is why I move mostly solo. Okay. Ninjas going to literal third world countries whose income is less than $600 a month, acting like ninja. Need to wear suits. Acting like ninjas need to wear suits. Okay, I got what you're saying. Straight Sambo talk. This is why I move solo. Shout out to my man Young J216. All right. Hey, I want to play this real quick. Hold on. Let me play this. This shit is funny. Hold on, fam. Let me play this real quick. All right. Hold on. I'll play this real quick. This is so funny to me, man. All right. We getting so many haters, bro. We got so many haters. And I'm catching super chat in a second. Hold on. Now I've been seeing this lady videos for a minute. Right? Hold on. Now she's talking about a content creator in Thailand. Shout out to my man Game Abroad. Shout out to my man Game Abroad. And like we got these YouTube channels that people are making dedicated to hating on. I don't even know if this guy considers himself to be a passport bro or not, but just men traveling in general. These women are creating whole entire channels. Now let's see what she got to say. Let's see what she got to say. She's funny though. I like her. I like her, man. But hold on, let me see what she got to say.
It makes me wonder because you know to show me that you can't really get the woman you want over here in the U.S. Listen, everybody can ride your sack and act like you doing something. I think the reason is because they wish they could get the little foreign women like you. The reality is you can't get the foreign women over here. You know why? Because the foreign women over here don't need you. You don't meet their requirements over here. So you have
false. 100% false. 100% false.
To go to the countries where they're kind of got their ding dings in the dust, and you got to get the ones that really need you. And then them are
all women need men. Okay? All women. All women need men, bro.
The ones that sit there and pretend and play the game and play the role and play the position. So it goes to show me that you ain't the player you think you are. Because once again, them same women down here, what, they don't want you? I mean, it's a lot of them. I'm Filipino. It's a lot of us. It is a lot of us.
She don't look Filipino. But go
down
ahead.
Here. But it just goes to show that they truly would not deal with anybody. You think you're up here, but up here compared to who? You know, only in them countries you're up there. Only in them countries, you know, where they're kind of just doing bad. You know, then you'll be something. Then you'll be somebody. But here ain't nobody worried about you. That's why you got to go there to do it. Now.
All right, so well, y'all got Grady hating on the Passport Bros, man. She feel a certain way. All right, let me break this down real quick. I'm getting super chats in a minute. All right, because they're making whole entire channels now. And shout out to her, man. She's a sweet lady, you know. But this is the thing. This is what they really upset about. This is what they upset about. They are upset at the fact that men that they can usually manipulate, get into a relationship. You know, dating an older woman is difficult, right? She's going to be comparing you with all the other men. They are upset at the fact that you can be 45, 50, 60, hell, even 70, go to another country and actually get genuine love. All right. Even if it's, I don't care what the arrangement is. Okay. All women need shit. All women want you for whatever. All right. Our love is conditional. We understand that. We're grown men. But what she's really upset about, what a lot of these women are upset about, is the fact that no matter what age you are, you know, unless you're rolling up in some form of a wheelchair or something like that, or crutches or something, you have the option of getting in a genuine relationship overseas because the women want you, love you, and respect you, and they want men. There is a man shortage all over the world, okay? Especially in Asia, right? And she's upset. She feels a certain way because she's in her home by herself, and you guys are putting YouTube channels up about your relationships, all right? Telling your friends, to, hey, get your passport, come on out here to the Philippines, come on out here to Thailand. And they feel a certain way because you're technically supposed to be in her dating pool still, right? You're still supposed to be in her dating pool. She's supposed to still have options. She's older. She's, you know, she says she's mixed with Filipino. She looks like a regular black person to me, but she's trying to say, hey, what are y'all doing? What gives you the right to go overseas, go to a foreign country, right, and get in a traditional relationship when you should be taking me out to Applebee's and IHOP? You should be taking me to go see bingo, to the bingo bars and all that. All right. That's what she's upset about. Hold on. Let me catch up with my super chats real quick. Let me catch up with my super chats. Okay. Let me hold on. I got you. All right. Shout out to my man Shah Khan. Because I'm trying to learn Spanish, so listen to Cali News on YouTube. By watching it, I barely see any black people on it, and that's Cali, so-called Black City. So when people say Colombia is not prejudice, I laugh. Shout out to my man Shah Khan with the $20 super chat. You know what? It's funny, man, because I'll be honest. When I first moved to Colombia, I didn't know there was so many black people. I had no idea. And Medellin, of course, is mainly mestizos or paisas, you want to say, with the whiter skin. But I was kind of shocked that it was black people that looked like me out there. I really was. I had no idea. All right, and I dated Colombian for 5 years in the States before I went to Medellin, Colombia. All right, shout out to 225 Big Ram with a 5 super chat says, we are Americans at the end of the day. We bend the knee to no one. Hold your nuts and coons be quiet. Shout out to my man 225 Big Ram, $5 super chat, standing up. All right, we got another $10 super chat here about Hustle Man for Life with $10 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. Let's be honest about this. Black men have a bad stereotype. We have the same stereotype here in America, and that has followed us to other countries. Also, the bad rap we get from black women don't help. Excuse me. There's some truth to that, Hustle Man for Life. But I think things are changing, man. I think things are changing through the internet. You got guys, before YouTube and all this social media, America definitely broadcast us all over the world a certain way. Trust me. They definitely broadcast us all over the world a certain way through gangster rap. They'll show all the hood movies in China and shit. Like, come on, like they definitely were broadcasters. But now, because of the internet, because of social media, I think that's starting to change a little bit. All right. I think it's starting to change a little bit. All right. All right, so let me make sure I call all the super chats, guys. We're going to go ahead and sum up the show. Another great show. I appreciate everybody joining me today. Guys, make sure that you download the Passport Bros app. We are on there heavy. Guys are hitting me up saying how they're surprised, how much they like it, how much they enjoy the app. I had a guy email me, tell me, thank you, Aaron. I'm banking this little money I'm making for my post. All right, it's going to be my little beer fund when I get to Thailand. Yes, we have a fully monetizable network. And I always try to explain to guys, all right, I always try to explain to the guys that, it's a reason Mark Zuckerberg is worth like $187 billion. It's because we don't know that we give our content away for free. Usually when something is free, because nothing's free in this world, that means that you're the product. And we've been giving our content away freely for years, right? And it's a lot of good content that Passport Bros have. In the Facebook group, all right, you got posts 8,000 reach, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 reach, right? And it's a video that you're making $0 off of, or a photo you make $0 off of. That same post will make you some money in the Passport Bros app. All right. Hold on, let me make sure I got the right thing, because last time I pulled up the WhatsApp, people were hitting me up like, hey, bro, you had a... Hold on, let me see. Where's that at? You know what? I think it was actually on the app. But my man had the VR headset on, all right? He had the headset on, actually, and he had the app up in the VR headset, and it looked amazing. So he was doing the whole thing. I wanted to show it, but it's actually on the app. I thought it was in the WhatsApp group, but it's actually on the app. All right. So guys, let me know what you think about the show. Make comments. Make sure to share this. All right. And we are out of here. Hold on. Did I get that last super chat? Let me make sure I got that last super chat. Okay, I got the last super chat. All right. We out. Peace. Have a great
Globetrotters. Are you ready to elevate your travel game and make every trip unforgettable? Get ready to revolutionize your adventures with Passport Bros app, your ticket to turning passion into profit. With Passport Bros, your travel videos and posts aren't just memories, they're money makers. Share your awe-inspiring experiences with the world and watch your bank account grow with every click. But wait, there's more. Connect with a vibrant community of fellow explorers, where camaraderie knows no borders. Exchange insider tips, forge lasting friendships, and create memories that last a lifetime. And that's not all. Gain access to exclusive discounts on accommodations, from cozy boutique hotels to luxurious resorts, ensuring you can travel in style without breaking the bank. So why settle for ordinary when you can experience the extraordinary? Join the Passportbros app today and unlock a world of adventure, connection, and endless possibilities. Download the app now and let the journey of a lifetime begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.